So good day everyone, I am Darlene Kitay and now I will discuss to you about the historical background of Dumaguete. The city of Dumaguete was founded by the Spanish colonizers in the late 18th century. But prior to that, the region was inhabited by the indigenous people such as the Visayan and the Negrito groups. The area was also visited by Chinese trades as early as the 9th century, and it was later colonized by Muslim force from Mindanao in the 16th century. During the Spanish colonial period, the Dumaguete became a center for education, with the establishment of a Catholic school in the area. The town saw rapid development in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with the establishment of several American businesses, including the American Trading Company. So the second is the historical background of Negros Oriental. The Negros Oriental is a province in the Philippines located in the Central Visayas region. The province has a rich history that dates back to the pre-colonial period when it was inhabited by indigenous people known as the Negritos. In the 16th century, the area was visited by Ferdinand Magellan, who claimed the island for Spain. The Spanish later established a trading post in the area which led in the conversion of the local populace to Christianity and establishment of several towns. During the Philippine Revolution in the late 19th century, the province played a significant role with several notable leaders emerging from Negros Oriental in 1901. American forces took control of the province and established a government. Under American rule, the Negros Oriental saw significant economic growth with the establishment of several agricultural plantations that produced sugar, tobacco, and other crops. The province also became a center of education with the establishment of several American schools and colleges. In 1942, during World War II, Negros Oriental was occupied by the Japanese who committed atrocities against the local population. The province was liberated by American force in 1945. Today, the Negros Oriental is a thriving province known for an its natural beauty-rich culture and friendly people. The province has a strong agricultural sector and it's also home for several tourist attractions including beaches, waterfalls, and historic landmarks. Dumaguete is the provincial capital of Negros Oriental, which is located in the Central Visayas region of the Philippines. The neighboring towns of Dumaguete have a rich history that is closely intertwined with the province's colonial past, the legacy of its indigenous communities. Of the neighboring towns of Dumaguete is Sibulan, which is located to the north of the city. Sibulan was established as a separate municipality in 1901 and played an important role in the Negros Oriental pre-colonial history. Before the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century, Sibulan was part of a coastal population that traded with neighboring islands such as Cebu and Panay. After colonization, Sibulan remained an important commercial center with a thriving agricultural and fishing industry that contribute to the province's economic growth. To the south of Dumaguete lies the town of Bacong, which was founded in 1790. Bacong was originally inhabited by the native Ayita people, who were displaced by the arrival of Spanish settlers. The town was named after its prominent hill which the Ayeta called Tamban, but was misinterpreted as Bacong. By the Spanish, Bacong was also a center of the trade of agriculture, which sugarcane and coconut plantation to dominating the local economy. Other neighboring town of Dumaguete is Valencia, which is situated west of the city. Valencia was established in 1856 and was primarily an agricultural town with rice and corn crops dominating the local industry. The town was also a center of furniture making and wood carving, which remains an important trade of this day. Overall, the neighboring towns of Dumaguete each have distinct historical backgrounds that reflects Negros Oriental diverse culture and complex colonial past. These towns have played an important role in the province economic, social, and cultural development and continue to be important center of trade, commerce, and industry. Buglasan Festival is an annual celebration that takes place in Dumaguete City, which the capital of Negros Oriental Province in the Philippines. The festival is a celebration of the province's distinct culture and heritage, and serves as a platform to showcase its various artistic and culinary offerings. The historical background of the Buglasan Festival dates back to the pre-colonial era when Negros Oriental was inhabited by the indigenous tribes such as Aita, Ate, and Visayas. These tribes had their unique tradition, beliefs, and customs, which were eventually influenced by the arrival of Spanish colonizers in 16th century. After the Philippine Revolution at the subsequent American colonial period, Negros Oriental became a distinct province, with Dumaguete City established as its capital in 1980. The Buglasan Festival was launched as a way to promote the province's tourism industry and highlight its unique cultural identity. The name Buglasan is derived from the old name of Negros Island, which was originally called Buglas. The festival is held every October and features a colorful parade with a street dance competition showing kissing and province's varied cultural groups. It also includes a range of activities such as beauty pageant, cultural performance, sporting events, and food festival. The Buglasan Festival has become a significant event in the province, with thousands of tourists flocking to Dumaguete City to experience its rich cultural heritage. The festival has also helped to boost the local economic, with various businesses and industries benefiting from the influx of visitors during the event. Today, the Buglasan Festival remains an important symbol of Negros Oriental diverse cultural identity and its commitment to preserving its unique tradition and custom.
I will discuss the early forms of literature from the Philippines. The early literature of the Philippines, both oral and written, was usually sung or chanted. It took a great variety of forms and was used to accompany not only religious rituals but the activities of daily life like weaving, gathering fruit, planting, or harvest. It was also a social entertainment on the occasion of deaths, marriages, and etc. When the guests vied with one another in exchanging versified maxims, proverbs, and riddles. For example, ang dila ay hindi patalim, ngunit kung sumugat ay malalim. Musical instruments were used to accompany the singer in such songs as the Condiman, with verses consisting of 4 Alexandrias, and fortunately, few examples of the heart had survived. These genres were practiced in the different regions and languages of the Philippines, along with tales, legends, epics, and romances. The Ifugaos, Bontocs, Igorots, Visayans, Ilocanos, and other tribes had their own literature in the same way as the Tagalogs.
And research institutions in the Galactic Empire. Foundation University is as well known as educational institution located in Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental, Philippines. It was established on July 4, 1949 by Dr. Vicente G. Cinco, who was president of the University of the Philippines at that time. The college began offering courses in liberal arts, commerce, and education. Over the years, Foundation College expanded its academic offerings and grew in reputation in 1969. It was granted university status and became Foundation's University. Throughout its history, Foundation University has remained committed to its mission of providing holistic education that foster academic excellence, moral values, and social responsibility. So the second is the St. Paul University. St. Paul University is a private Catholic university located in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It was founded in 1848 by the Oblates of Many Immaculate, religious order dedicated to education and evangelization. In 1965, the Oblates of Mary Immaculate established St. Paul University as separate institutions within the University of Ottawa with a focus on philosophy and theology. St. Paul University became an independent university in 1969 and continued to specialize in the fields of philosophy, theology, canon law, and social science. Over the years, St. Paul University has evolved and expanded its academic offering while staying true to its founding mission of providing quality education rooted in Catholic tradition. So the last is the Silliman University. Silliman University is a private research university located in Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental, Philippines. The university was established on August 28, 1901 by the Presbyterian Board of Foreign Missions of response to the growing demand for education in the Visayas region of the Philippines. The school was named after Dr. Horace Bridgesmith Silliman, a wealthy businessman and philanthropist from Cowes, New York, who donated the initial funds for the university establishment. Silliman University played a significant role in the history of the Philippines. During the World War II, the university's campus served as refuge for Philippine
University Writers Workshop, History or Founder. So Silliman University National Writers Workshop, founded in 1962 by S.E.E. Wright awardee Adalberto K. Tiempo and national artist Edith L. Tiempo. The workshop is the oldest creative writing workshop of its kind in Asia. It was recently given the tanging parangal in the Gawad CCP para sa signing by the Culture Center of the Philippines. The Silliman University National Writers Workshop continues the legacy for the Tiempos is giving value to literature and creative writing in the Philippines. University Writers Workshop, History or Founder. So Silliman University National Writers Workshop, founded in 1962 by S.E.E. Wright awardee Adalberto K. Tiempo and national artist Edith L. Tiempo. The workshop is the oldest creative writing workshop of its kind in Asia. It was recently given the tanging parangal in the Gawad CCP para sa signing by the Culture Center of the Philippines. The Silliman University National Writers Workshop continues the legacy for the Tiempos is giving value to literature and creative writing in the Philippines. 10 fellows to 2019 Silliman University National Writer Workshop named Silliman University together with the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts presents the 50th edition of the Silliman University National Writers Workshop on April 29 to May 10 at the Rose Lamb Sobrepeña Writers Village in Camp Lookout, Valencia, Negros Oriental, and the Issue Campus. 10 writers from all over the Philippines have been accepted as workshop fellows. They are the following: poetry, balak, fiction, and creative non-fiction. Silliman University National Writers Workshop. The renowned Silliman University National Writers Workshop, or UNWW, is pushing through with its 59th season despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. This time, through online sessions on June 28 to July 29, the workshop coordinator Warlito Caturay Jr. said that the absence of physical interaction between mentors and fellows will not compromise the standards the workshop is known for and upheld for 58 years. The works will still be intensely discussed and the writers will still be closely mentored by esteemed writers. This time through a different platform, Caturay says. The workshop has always been scheduled during its summer months. However, with the global pandemic, it had to be postponed. The 59th edition of the workshop was originally scheduled in May 2020, but COVID-19 happened, so it had to be moved onto a later date, Caturay explains. He adds the workshop staff had hoped that a face-to-face workshop would be possible mid this year, but COVID-19 continues to be a threat. Hence, the staff opted to do online workshop. Award-winning writer and educator Timothy Montes will serve as the director of the workshop. He will be joined by Rachel Dorotan, Maria Elena Paulma, Charison Ong, Cesar Aquino, Esther Tapia, Januar Yap, Marjorie Evasco as panelists. This year's fellows Frederick Kumagon, from Lipa, Batangas, Tomas Leonard Show, Cebu City, and Isabel Torres, Calibo Aklan for poetry, Leanne Claire Belin, Naga City, David Jason Oquendo, General Santos, and Francisca Isabel Guazon, Cebu City for fiction. Andeline Fihi, Nueva Ecija, and Pietros Valpatricio, Athens, Grace. For creative nonfiction, Beryl Andrea Delicana, Butuan City. For drama, Giovanni Garay, San Isidro, Davao Oriental, and Michael Florentino, Cebu City. And Michael Florentino, Cebu City for Balak, and Jennifer Ibzan, Calibayog City, Samar and Hannah Licina, Sarangani Province for Suginlanon. The Sun WW is the longest running workshop on Asia. It was founded by Edelberto Tiempo and national artist for literature Edith Tiempo. It is known not only for its program but also for the competitiveness in its selection of fellows. Like in previous years, the workshop is supported by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. The Silliman University National Writers Workshop is an annual creative writing workshop that was established in 1962 by the late Edelberto K. Tiempo and National Artist for Literature Edith L. Tiempo of Silliman University. The SAN WW is the longest running creative writing workshop in Asia. It is commonly regarded as the most prestigious on the entire region, having been able to produce many of the most influential and renowned literary. All Filipino writers of any importance have joined the Silliman Writers Workshop at one time or another, either as fellows, lecturers, or panelists. Being a pioneer, the Silliman Writers Workshop occupies a premier position in the history of creative writing in the Philippines. With the workshop's integrity and tradition over the years, it has become a rite of passage for the country's finest writers.
Bonsai by Edith Tempo. All that I love were with me tonight. Well, maybe not all because that word means the world. But it was enough. And it was a moment can relive for always. Do you know the feeling of being swept away? Of just losing yourself completely, just for a moment or for all time. You're both. That's how it was, and it was the perfect way to end my birthday month. And it was just fitting to be standing in that room, filled with the strangers and friends and people I'll never see again, and music that will be me forever. So, here I point for celebrating Corvinus de Negros, this gentle wrestle of the mountain spirits and small memory as the in-flight leaps up into sudden dance. Once a child, he had watched his father clearing grass, growth, while he had sought and stake in kinship with the surest dance and draft. The laugh with his bare hands up in the sky had scanned and slopes of his father's mountains. Gently wading down, the river ran from the bubbling spring and split and multiplied across the heaving fields, so richly fed with fruits and ferns and flowers now, encouraged by dry winds, sweet by the sun's thieving eye, the milk contains our blood, primarily and lone midnights under the cold white moon and steam, dying stars, the returns and wonders of the curious. Call of dark birds, the fluff of the fogs and quiet fans, kids and crying about the trees, those sweets of signs and harvest time, and the boy ran saying down the winding mountain slopes. At the dawn, through the crane fog still, structures rise close to the sky deaf between the mountains, horse sucks from its stones its majestic core of power in time. The springs will die and all will genuflect before the forest spares. In that time they will not remember, but perhaps when they grow old, they will say vision of Cornos the Negros in their dreams. Every night just was settled the coffee or mug or cold beer, they ring the bells, their scrape is quick very first, then they cross us into meal. Then counts into darkness, knowingly falling the kindness calls for brother lost. At home as we try to wash off with music and little loving and crave of markets from souls. The days trending off the throat are bread, mask of honor guises of peace, the clear sounds enforcing the ear. Zenay as the self of the forgetting, we know the white bee lost them. Why expedient tyrants required his name effects, his bones hidden as we bend over the heads of the children, fighting slave that's quite done. With play the bells, vibrating remind us how our fears conspires to sell his dome, I mother of the sons. To join the army when they were young, there was not enough money for school. They had no skills for jobs in foundries and factories. It was easy to sign up. They learned how to handle a gun. Brief woman by Grace B. Marty de Ramos. I am mother of the sons, two sons, and the youngest now gone. He has his youth and has taken by whose name is never will learn, and only know they are weird soldier like my sons. Crawling for some guns, he was a fine young man. I took care of him for 17 years and they took him away. And now I am searching for his bones. I will never learn their names. Alone, I try to imagine the skins, where their faces bearded or clean shapes. Perhaps their bodies were robust. They wear uniform, the color of the stripled sampogeta or frizz horse sheet. How pointed the voltates from their guns. My soldier descends from home with a life in the barracks in steel. It hides their brother's picture. It makes them cry and remember perhaps the two. God forbid it. Have a given of their mother's sorrow. Perhaps my son had to pay for what they borrowed. I cannot cry, through I am told it's a better to cry and let go. Where is my son's body for me to bury? I only swear that my grief are lines on my face, my sunken cheeks, silent I mourn, and woman's bitter lot. To grief birth men, who kill and act are killed.